To me, a complete streets philosophy, it's putting feet on the street. And it's making sure that they can operate, walk, talk, shop in a very safe atmosphere. And at the same time, sharing that street with bicycles, with motorcycles, with cars, not just in the downtown atmosphere, through trails that we have along our brooks, between our fields, and between our schools.
Division Street is a public space, and it's used by individuals, it's used by organizations that want to do events. It's become a gathering spot.
Division Street was a failing street. We have the train station to the south and we have Main Street to the north. This was the perfect conduit. It was a through street, a traffic street, with very narrow sidewalks. And it just didn't work. We probably had 70% vacancy on both the upper floors for residential and the lower floors for commercial.
We went over a lot of designs, and we didn't intend it to remain closed permanently, but we wanted it to become flexible space. The first night when we had the opening celebration for the new Division Street, there were so many people here who thought it was so good that the council, at the mayor's request, decided to test it. I think it was originally for 90 days without having any traffic on it. That 90 days turned into a 12-month test. And then at the end of the 12 months, the public response, should we open it to traffic, was so against traffic that it's remained where it is.
And I said one of the best successes on the first night that we had the grand opening, you had parents walking down Main Street and they're holding their kids' hands. And as soon as they get to Division Street, they let their hands go and the kids could run.
Veterans Memorial Drive was created as a bypass for people who didn't want to stop in Somerville. And it became a bit of a speedway. It had parking on both sides and it really wasn't safe. We've now got traffic calming devices, low profile aisles in the center. We've brought it down to one lane. There's parking on one side, partial parking on the other. We've dropped the speed limit. A lot of motorists are complaining, so it's working.
So we have this wonderful green seam now that's being remediated. And ultimately, it's going to connect our Petersbrook Greenway, the Raritan River Greenway, along with the Green Seam Greenway, into our historic areas over on the west end of town, and then looping back around through downtown. And we're now completing this trail that people can walk on, bike on, hike on. It's great. Society has been very vehicular driven for the past 40, 50, 60 years. And we're trying to take a step back from that and return it back to this interaction of people with what is around them. And that's difficult. So I think creating the complete streets, the only ones that might be a little put out by that are those that are in their cars. And maybe that's kind of the intention of complete streets, is to get them out of their cars, get them on foot, get them on bikes, and get them to be a part of their community.